right, so a team getting a lot of I don't know how to say it, a lot of attraction this year, just because how their head coach hiring, how they're going to transition into a new conference. It's the Texas Longhorns, hook 'em horns, you know what I'm saying? We had a video, January 20th, 2021. I got the video pulled up. How good will Steve Sarkisian make Texas? Question mark. We was kind of dissing Texas. I wasn't dissing Texas though. I was just speaking what I thought was facts. And we got a lot of comments on it. Top comment, 7 likes on it. That's pretty good. He said, millennials LOL. Okay, millennials LOL. Just because I said Steve Sarkisian is not going to make them instantly great. And I think that Texas is a hard team to rebuild. But, I'm a millennial, so, it doesn't matter. This dude was talking about how I said Steve Sarkisian is a great hire for them, probably one of the best ones. This man said, Mac Brown passed up on 3 consecutive Heisman Trophy winners. Made Chris Sims his starting quarterback over Applewhite. Shaking my head still 20 years later. Had to have Vince Young come in and tell him to let him do what he does best. Found a way to piss off Will Muschamp and allow Greg Davis to stay offense coordinator just long enough to have Texas go back to a middle-of-the-road team. Just the way he found it when he came in. Okay. Steve Sarkisian is another yes-man coaching the hire at Texas. Once Texas comes to terms why they can't hire Saban, Meyer, Fisher, and they can fix that. I don't know why this man thinks they can hire Saban. Anyways, at the end of the day, yes, we were being, how do you say it? We were being rude to Texas, I guess. But looking back at it, I don't think I was wrong personally. We said that it wouldn't be instant success, and I said that I personally said it for me. It's not a desirable job, and I mean the way that they're looking this year, I'm gonna be honest, it's still not a desirable job. Everybody's clowning them. Everybody's saying that UTSA is the new University of Texas. Looking back, let's look at their schedule. They started off 4-1, which was really great. I'm happy for them. They've lost 6 straight since then. All have been really one possession games. You're looking like Nebraska, man. I'm sorry. And I'm not even trying to be rude here. I'm just telling you the obvious. You're 2-6 in conference play, 4-7 overall. You got Kansas State this weekend. I think y'all can honestly win that game, so I think y'all are finishing 5-7. I'm not trying to troll y'all or nothing, but I'm just saying that I knew it was gonna happen like this. I think that yes, Steve Sarkisian can get them back on board, but I'm just happy because people were just dissing me in that comment section, and there's a lot of comments that were dissing me, and now we're on the road to is Steve Sarkisian the right coach for Texas fans saying. But anyways, give your little 2 cents on this, man. What do you think about Texas right now?
I think Texas is a mess, but at the same time, I think it's still a little too early for Steve Sarkisian. I mean, you got to consider, what did Kirby do his first season at Georgia? I mean, we made a bowl game, but we lost 5 games that year.
We lost 6 games, I think. We were on the edge of not being able to go to a bowl game.
Yeah, we lost to Georgia Tech, bro. So I think when you look at a coaching hire, you got to realize the first year they come into a team, they've got to put together a system. And that system may or may not work. It'll take them about a year to figure the stuff out. But now let's look at what Kirby did in the second year. Look at what Dan Mullen did in his second year. Nick Saban in his second year.
Mel Tucker in his second year.
Yeah, it takes a year, man. It takes some time to get this team up. You got to realize he's got to get in there and recruit. Do I think that'll be easy? No, it's still the University of Texas, so it'll be a little bit easier. But now that you've got teams like Arkansas that's going to be battling hard for Texas, I mean, the normal dogs are going to be reaching into Texas. I think it's not going to be easier at all. But, I think Steve Sarkisian is too early to say, okay, well, he's not elite, he's not this and that. Now, let's say 3 years and he's fired. Okay, told you so. But yeah, of course, Texas is a mess. Do I think they're as bad as they're playing? No, I think Texas has a great roster, but obviously Steve is trying to figure out that system, and he just quite hasn't figured it out yet. And I mean, going 5, what was it? What he said 5? They're 5 and what's their record right now? 4-6, 4-7.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's depressing. Because I'm like, for the roster they have, last year they lost 3 or 4 games. So for them this year to be that record, that's depressing. And I think what's the worst about it is that they could be bowl eligible, but they blew a 28-7 lead to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's struggling offense, so it's Steve Sarkisian's got to figure out that system this offseason. They won't have a bowl game, so good luck recruiting with that tenure. But yeah, he knows the assignment, and I think he'll figure it out. I think next year Texas will be they'll be a decent team, and I've gambled with Texas and they have failed me. So
literally,
I know pain.
Literally,
and I'm still yet. I don't hate the team. I hate Florida. I hate Florida, but I don't hate Texas. I think Texas is a team that can be good again. We need Texas to be good because we need more teams to be good in college football. Do I think Steve Sarkisian can bring Texas to be good? Yes, I can. Do I think he'll make them natty good? No, I'm sorry, I just don't. I think there's too much recruiting you got to do, and respectfully, you got 5 teams that's battling it, and I don't think Steve Sarkisian is going to be a good enough recruiter to put them on that elite level. Will they be good though? Can they go a season losing only 3 games? Yes, he'll be able to do that. It's the University of Texas, for Christ's sakes. But when you look at teams that are competing, I mean, look how long it took Kirby to get Georgia here. It took Kirby this long to get Georgia to an elite status team, and we still haven't won a natty. You know what I'm saying? But it takes levels to this, and I don't think we'll see Steve do that for a while. You got to consider it takes about four years to get your team in there, right? It takes 4 years to fluctuate out this guy's players, and now this is Steve's team. It takes some time to do that. There's a lot of guys on the team still he has to play because of this honor and this star and all of this. It's a system, and he's got to get that system together, and it'll be a lot easier when the team has all of his players. But yeah, it's gonna take some time for Texas to be back.
Yeah. Now the real reason why I wanted to pull up the past video is I found the comment that was lighting my pack up, I guess you could say. It's one dude, Michael Ramirez. I hope you're watching this. I pray you're watching this. He has 2 separate comments. Both have 4 replies on it. Or no, one has 5 replies, one has 4 replies. I'm gonna go with the one 4 replies first. He said, "Texas isn't appealing. Ha 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 ha. If you guys existed in the early 2000s, you'd be saying the same thing about Bama. If you guys existed before Dabo took over Clemson, you guys would be saying the same thing. All Texas has to do is get past OU in the Big 12. Look at the coaches. Sark assembled, and then compare it to Herman's staff and Strong staff." Then you said, "Did I not mention that in the video? I said it's a great hire, but until they beat Oklahoma, Texas won't be relevant, similar to Georgia and their struggles against Bama," which is true. He then said, "You said Texas isn't a desirable job," which is what I said. Then you picked A&M over Texas. I'm not sure which one of us picked A&M over Texas. It was probably me, honestly. Think about it. What sounds tougher? Texas get past OU or A&M to get past Bama, Georgia, Florida, LSU? The first thing I want to say about that is Texas can't get past Kansas right now. So I'll worry about OU later. Anyways, you make it seem like it's impossible to win at Texas. The whole reason that both Strong and Herman failed is due to their poor assistant coaching hires. They made comfort hires versus big time hires. Look at the staff Sark pulled together. What I want to say about the comfort hires versus big time hires, I completely understand that. We both seen it. Offense coordinator for Georgia, cut him out, pulled in Todd Monken. That was a big hire. It was great, but the comfort hires also pay off sometimes. Mel Tucker, leading into Dan Lanning. They pay off sometimes, so you can't really blame them. Jim Chaney is another one. That horrible hire. Anyways, now I'm not going to sit here and assume that Texas is going to win the Big 12. However, the stat that he put together is far superior to the ones that Strong and Herman put together. Again, Texas didn't come off a losing season. We went 7-3. It's not like Sark is taking over 0-12 Washington team. Okay, and then you said, "LOL, that was Cam, not me." Like I just said, I don't fully agree with that statement, but it is the SEC, and Jimbo has been winning in that battle since he's arrived, which is true. He's been upsetting a lot of teams. Texas hasn't really upset anyone, from my knowledge, in the Big 12.
Yeah, I mean, and then it's that the big thing with that statement is that Jimbo's recruiting in Texas as
exactly.
well.
He had a
you've
top.
Got to now out recruit Jimbo.
His class was top. The top class, like, entering the season, I think it was.
Yeah, the guy's been pulling top 5 classes since he arrived. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Texas doing that with Steve Sarkisian. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't see it. So you say, how does a team become? And look at Jimbo, right? He's doing so good recruiting, and he's still behind Bama and Georgia every year. And look at his team. They're there, but they're not there. They're missing those pieces.
And,
they're missing that ability to do what Bama and Georgia are doing.
It's not even the quarterback situation, because they had Kellen Mond like last year, and they weren't doing it.
Correct.
But he ended off with the SEC is tougher than the Big 12, right? Just saying Texas has the easier path. Well, Texas is going to the SEC. To speak on that, this was before that was ever announced. This was before that was ever thought of. Yeah. So, but I mean, just to re-up, they're going to the SEC. So, A&M over Texas right now, honestly, for me, it's A&M. They're recruiting better. They've already got a head start in the SEC. Moving to his second chain of comments, he said, this kid saying that no one can win at Texas is dumb AF. We look at their season today.
Ooh.
They're 4-7. I'm not trying to light anybody's pack. I'm just saying they're 4-7 right now.
Oh, you're lighting it.
You guys acting like we've had losing records. We're already winning. We just ain't winning like we want to. Fans in any major programs is toxic. Look at Bama before Saban and get back to me. I admit that every fan or every big fan base from big schools is toxic. Like Florida's toxic. Or necessarily don't think Bama's toxic. I just think when they lose, they really just don't care because they know they'll be top 5 still. But OU fans, they're not really that toxic either. I haven't heard really anything from them. Oregon fans, boy, oh my God, man, they're crazy, bro. They're not toxic. It's just hilarious. They clown USC every chance they get, and I just find that hilarious.
They will rage your video. What they did on that video is actually insane.
You then replied, you said, kid here, I think Steve's a great hire, which we both agree Steve was a great hire. Can he be the piece to beat Oklahoma, though? Obviously, neither one of us thought that. That's the only concern that I have. Good luck to y'all. Let's see how it pans out. I think y'all are about to have a world-class offense soon, which is true. We both think Steve Sarkisian is the right hire. He's an offensive-minded coach, and like the dude Michael said, he's brought in great hires, and we both think that he can fix the offense, which it looked like it through the first 5 games. I'm just saying. I'm not even trying to clown anything. It's just the first 5 games y'all were 4-1 and y'all were dominating. But move on to the next comment. He said, I just find it funny when other fans hold Texas to high standards, and when us Texas fans agree we are looked as delusional. I don't know what that means, but I think Texas holds their self at high standards. I'm just saying. Anyways, you said Texas fans are toxic. It's not as bad as Florida fans. We both agree on that. He said, bro, any fan from any major. And then this man comes in with a book of a whole lot of things to talk about people in the real world are fake and liars and thieves. Honestly, I don't see anything in there worth reading. But yeah, I mean, everybody was clowning us for saying what we said, and we both said that the first year would look bad, and they're 4-7 right now. And I'm not even.
But once again, keep in mind what we said. It has not been proven to be correct. It's still one season. So anything could happen. I mean, this team could go 10-2 next year and be in a playoff hunt. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying?
Like we don't. I'm not saying that they'll be 4-7 every year.
They go 4-7. They miss a bowl game again. We got a problem. Then we'll come in this comment section replying to everyone like, "Oh, what'd you say? What'd you say?" But for right now, man, it's still too early to tell. It's first season jitters.
We both said that this first season was going to be iffy. Now I said that Texas wasn't a desirable job, and and we both agree that Texas A&M is better, I guess, right now on top of like recruiting and competing for a top spot. But I mean, yes, Texas A&M's road is tougher than Texas, and Texas quote unquote has an easier road just because they have to get past Oklahoma. But you gotta think that Texas, since we made that video, Texas and Oklahoma have the SEC. If you don't know that, you most likely know that. So now you're looking at whose road is tougher, Texas or Texas A&M. It's Texas still. I mean, not still, but it's Texas now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, they're coming to the SEC. So good luck.
I guess what I'm trying to say, I was really just doing that to troll everybody, reading the comments and all that. But the real thing I'm really trying to say right now is Texas. They're 4-7 right now. Obviously everybody knows that. Said it probably 8 times now. But they're going to the SEC. When are they supposed to go to the SEC? 2022? 2025? 2025. So you have 4 years, I think that's 4 seasons in that. 4 seasons to build up a good enough offense to beat these rising teams like Arkansas, to beat the teams that are already there in Bama. You got Auburn still up there. You got Arkansas going up.
Keep in mind.
Go ahead.
Keep in mind, Texas, you now got to do what Georgia has been trying to do for the last 5 years. No matter what you do in the SEC, at the end of the year, keep in mind, you got to play Bama. So, even if you play them regular season, at the end of the day, you will face Bama.
So now you got to get Oklahoma. You got to get past Oklahoma, Bama.
Yeah, because they'll still play each other every year.
I think
Bama, potentially Georgia.
I don't know if they're going to move. I think they're moving Bama to the East.
I think they'll split the conferences, bro. I think they'll just split.
But that wouldn't make no sense because we're the West and the East.
I think that, bro. I slick don't even think they're even caring about that, bro.
I mean, it depends on what. I don't know if they're gonna change them. I don't even know if they're gonna have divisions anymore. Honestly, it'd be smart to not have divisions anymore in the SEC. Being honest, but you're probably gonna have, if we're speaking regular terms right now, if you just get thrown in the SEC, most likely you're playing Bama every year. You're playing Auburn every year. You're playing Texas A&M every year. You're still playing Oklahoma every year. Now you have a bigger road ahead of you. When I'm not gonna say you're struggling because it's your first year with a new head coach and a new staff, but you're quote unquote, because you're first year, you're still struggling in the Big 12. Now I'm not even gonna say that really bad because Baylor's gotten better. Oklahoma State has gotten better. West Virginia's offense is looking good this year. You got unlucky against the Kansas team. Iowa State's been a little bit better, but you just got a tougher road ahead of you with the SEC. So I'm just, that's what I'm just trying to say is that, it's your first year, but you got a long road ahead of you if you don't get better in these next couple seasons.
Sir.
That's all I got. That's all I gotta say.
This has been Sports Junkies. This has been, I think we got it out of our head. I hope you guys made it to the end of the video, man. If you comment and I can tell that you didn't read the video, man, I'm lighting your pack. Yeah, I'm coming after you, bro. So, respectfully, man, I hope you guys watched the entire video and just kind of understood what we're saying. I think you guys will be more understanding now because I know you're frustrated. Being the University of Texas and missing a bowl game isn't easy, especially when you've done it. Well, you did it just in 2011, I think it was, or something. So, I know it's not easy and it's painful. I mean, trust me, we sat through Georgia's ups and downs last year, and it's always good to expect more from your team. But Steve might get you there. Steve might not. Welcome to the SEC, though. Arkansas gave them a little sneak peek of what that was going to be like. But until next time, guys, it's been Kid, Cam Kid on the Sports Junkies Podcast. Subscribe today to become a junkie. Until next time, guys. See you soon.